Nevada mountains. We've set up base camp here at Mammoth Mountain, where tonight, pro mountain bike rider Cam Zink will attempt to break the world record for the longest dirt-to-dirt backflip on a mountain bike.
Cameron Zink is used to doing things most people would never dare. But tonight, he attempts something no one has ever done. A backflip, soaring 100 feet through the air at 45 miles per hour.
I really just wanted to do it right and do it gravity fed, no toe in, no ramp, just dirt to dirt, make a mark, you know. When you come to the jump, you're not freaking out over anything, just going with the motions. Stare at the sky for a little bit and know how fast to go, and then that's about all you can think about. Got one jump on that, and it was like flying.
With Guinness on hand, he will attempt to shatter the world record.
My name is Cameron Zink. I ride mountain bikes.
Welcome to the Mammoth Flip with Cam Zink, presented by Monster Energy. What's going on, everybody? Brandon Graham joined alongside BMX legend and 10-time X Games medalist Kevin Robinson. And Kevin, the stage is set. We've got our rider, we've got our course, we've got a world record in the distance. What can the fans expect out here tonight?
And Cam Zink, he is here to accomplish that very feat tonight. You know, all the practice has been done, all the preparation has been set, the stage is set. Now it's time for him to shine and capture that moment.
And let's make no mistake, Cam is no stranger to going the distance. In fact, he's actually trying to break his unofficial record that he did just a year ago at the Red Bull Rampage, where he went absolutely psycho on this 78-foot backflip. But Kevin, this course custom made for him to go triple digits.
Yes, the in-run, 910 feet, roughly the length of 3 football fields. His perfect speed will be 50 miles an hour, taking off a 15-foot takeoff, traveling an 80-foot gap to get to at least the landing, but you know he wants to land that 100-foot flip.
And it should be told that he actually hasn't yet done the backflip on dirt. There you see a practice run onto the airbag. He has done some straight airs, but yet to do a backflip on the dirt. So we've told you a little bit about the course, we've told you about the jump, but how about the guy about to slay this thing? Let's get to know Cameron Zink. He's a Reno, Nevada native, 11-year pro, 28 years old, and he's got his family, his fiance and daughter out here today.
You know, in 2010, Freeride Mountain Bike World Champion, Tour Champion, and he's been riding off that success since, and that brought him to this night here.
And you know what's at stake. He's trying to set that world record for the longest dirt-to-dirt mountain bike jump on a backflip. And let's keep the conversation going on social. There you see @CamZink on both Twitter and Instagram. And now the man of the moment joins the third member of our team, Alyssa Ronick.
Yeah, Brando, he's not just the man of the moment, he's the man of the hour. I'm here with Cam Zink. We're standing at the top of this landing where just a few feet from us later tonight, if successful, you will land a new world record. Cam, how did this all come together to bring us here tonight?
Just a long time coming. I mean, I've started doing backflips when I was like 16 years old, and wanted to do bigger and better ever since. So here we are. 28 years old, been riding bikes since I was like 9, and it's a big day. It's a big day.
It is a big day, and as we said, you hold the current record, unofficial record of 78 feet. Why is it important to you to not just break the record, but go 100 feet?
Push my own limits, and take all the opportunities I have, and do what I can. Live up to your potential. That's what I try to do every day. And I think it's possible, and I think that we did it right, and we did it safe, and yeah, I mean, it's still nerve-wracking, but we did it right, and I think that this is just the beginning. Maybe we'll go 150, 200, maybe, who knows.
So this night is all about you, but how important is this night for the entire sport of mountain biking?
That's the biggest thing for me. I mean, it's huge for myself, but I love mountain biking so much, and hopefully, you know, a lot of kids will want to ride a bike after this. They'll want to get up on the hill and explore the sport more, because there's so much that goes into mountain biking, and not just big jumps, but hopefully this will capture a broad audience and get kids on the hill and want to ride a bunch of YT bicycles.
And right down here we see your beautiful family, your fiance Amanda and young daughter. How special is it to have them here supporting you tonight?
They're everything to me. And people always say she has the toughest job. And you know, I'm nervous, she's more nervous. So having them behind me is the greatest thing in the world. They're what matters the most to me in this world, and this is kind of second. So having them support it means everything.
Well, Cam, I think I speak for everyone tonight when I say good luck. We are all pulling for you. We can't wait to see what you have in store for us. And with that, let's keep this show moving, guys.
Well, Kevin, it has to be gratifying for the mountain bike community, as Cam just said, in terms of watching the sport's evolution right here and now. Because it feels like for the longest time, a better part of a decade, it was really BMX and freestyle motocross that was really pushing the progression of tricks. But Cam's proven out here tonight that mountain biking is a force to be reckoned with.
You know, he's not here just pushing his own personal progression, but he is the leader of pushing the progression for the sport of mountain bike. You know, we have such a great camaraderie between all bike riders, whether it's mountain bike, BMX, freestyle motocross. We all feed off each other. We all have a mutual respect for each other, feeding off each other's tricks, and it's such a delight to be here.
And that camaraderie was on full display just last year when mountain biking actually made its X Games debut in Munich.
You know, I was so psyched for the mountain bikers to be able to finally step up to the big stage and showcase what they're all about.
And of course, mountain biking, it's just fun. I mean, the barriers to entry are low. Not everyone can do this out here tonight, but it happens for any type of terrain. Someone can go out there and jump on the bike.
Exactly. It's whatever you're comfortable with. You can go out and ride on flat ground on a street, or you can go out and ride on terrain, or you can take it to the next level and ride, like, you know, Cam Zink as a pro.
Well, history making just moments away. But coming up, John Brinkus from ESPN Sports Science joins us to break down the physics behind the Mammoth flip. We'll also get some insight from Cam on the challenges ahead and what it takes to prepare to break a world record from one athlete to another. Stick around. Welcome back to the world of X Games, coming to you from beautiful Mammoth Lakes, California. Progression on full display tonight as Cam Zink attempts a record-breaking backflip. Another pioneer of progression, Mike Metzger, knows a thing or two about pushing the limits in the pursuit of a world record.
No one has ever dealt with a distance like this, enormous, and doing a trick over 112 feet. So here we go, the impossible jump. Mission accomplished! Mike Metzger has set a world record for longest backflip jump.
They say it's a place where legends are made, and now we have a new legend.
So Mike Metzger proving just how quintessential the backflip has been across all bike disciplines. And there you see Cam Zink getting ready. And Kevin, one huge factor in all of this going down tonight is the wind.
Yes, the wind plays a crucial part. You know, if you have a tailwind, that's going to help give you some speed. You can adjust, grab your brakes. Even a headwind, you can push through. When you start getting a side-to-side wind, that's a whole different story.
And now for the science of this jump, let's head down to Alyssa, who's with John Brankus.
That's right, I'm here with Mr. Sports Science himself. John, this setup has got to be a candy store for you and your team. You had the opportunity to break down so many elements of this jump. What is the science of what we are about to see here tonight?
Well, what's interesting to keep in mind is that even though he's doing a backflip in the middle of his flight, his trajectory is still going to obey the laws of that Newton laid out. What I need you to understand is the basic physics of what's going on and what it takes to pull this off. Here's our sports science breakdown. Now, in simplest terms, trajectories are primarily determined by two factors: launch angle and launch velocity. In testing, Cameron Zink calculated that to hit the 100+ foot distance, his optimal velocity when he hits the kicker needs to be between 49 and 50 miles per hour. To reach that speed, Cam will utilize a 910-foot approach, covering more than 3 football fields down a 14-degree slope. Much like a downhill skier, Cam will maintain a tucked position to minimize drag and gain speed. On this jump, a loss of just 2 miles per hour in launch velocity equates to a loss of about 20 feet in distance. As he launches off the lip of the kicker at a 32-degree angle, Cam will lean back, pulling up on the handlebars to initiate the backwards rotation, with his body essentially in a squatting position just 2 inches above the rear tire. If Cam mistimes his pullback by less than 0.05 of a second, he risks hitting the wheel and being thrown into a front flip, which is definitely not the goal. While Cam is airborne, he loses sight of his target for more than 50% of his flight, which leaves him less than 1 second to spot the landing and make any adjustments before touchdown. Now, in order to figure out his exact trajectory, you have to consider more than just launch angle and launch velocity. Things like air temperature, humidity, elevation, and especially wind resistance. In fact, if Cam encounters just a 2-mile-per-hour headwind, that can decrease the distance of his flight by as much as 5 feet. So there's a lot going into this. Now, up to Kevin and Brandon in the booth.
You know, John, now we've talked a lot about the wind, a lot about the speed, you know, the angle of the takeoff, but how does the landing come into play, you know, his landing?
Actually, testing in our ESPN Sports Science Lab has shown that if you land on one wheel, you actually impart 20% more peak force on a bike frame than if you land on 2 wheels. And because of that, the position that Cam's in when he lands on one wheel allows him to use his legs like shock absorbers to reduce the effects of the force from the landing.
Oh, thanks so much, John. Amazing how much goes into this. So much more than just a guy and his bike. And Kevin, you're no stranger to this setting. You've set a world record of your own. You've done tricks that have never been done before. I'd love to know what your process is to mentally capture an event like this.
You know, when I did the double flare for the first time, it's all about breaking down the mechanics of the trick, you know, figuring each step. You have to be real analytical about it, you know, and putting that whole equation together to find the end result, which is successful.
Yeah, absolutely. It's insane just how much goes into this, but you're such a great guy to be here to give us that guidance. And you were able to catch up with Cam a little bit on the course yesterday. Let's check out how that conversation went.
From the big moment. What's your, how you feeling?
I'm feeling really good. I think I didn't even realize it was 24 hours till you mentioned that, and it feels comfortable. Like I mean, 24 hours. It's not that far away, but everything that needs to be done has been done to this point, and we still have more to do. We still have a couple things we need to figure out, but at this point, I feel like everything that we've needed to take care of has been well assessed, and yeah, I feel good about it.
You know, there's a big misconception of what people think of, you know, action sport guys. Like, you're just crazy, you're going to go out there and just try this stunt. But, you know, there's a lot of preparation that went into this. You know, you want to elaborate on that a little bit?
Trying to make it as safe as possible. And I have the confidence in my ability to go, you know, further than anyone that has ever done a flip. And you know, maybe go further than this one day, but not without precautions and trying to take all the steps necessary in order to do that. I mean, it's a big jump, but it's not just two big piles of dirt with a run in, you know. It has, we had speed guns out here, and we have a lot of people prepping everything, and essentially 20 years of knowledge of myself jumping bicycles to feel good about it and to say the lip it needs more lip, it needs to be taller, it needs to be drawn out more, and not necessarily physics and science, but essentially, you know, rednecks physics and science in your head.
We all feed off each other, you know, whether it's mountain biking, whether it's freestyle motocross, whether it's BMX. There's good camaraderie between all of us, you know, as far as, you know, feeding off each other for tricks and for comfort. You know, how does that help you?
That's been everything. Like I was saying, in the sport's infancy, where were we looking? We were the guys trying to do the biggest stuff on bikes, but you know, you can't look to another mountain biker because we're trying to push the sport, you know, to new levels. And it was always looking to BMX, and it was always looking to motocross and snowboarding, and what has become of it is my favorite thing about mountain biking. It's like a blend of snowboarding, motocross, and BMX all mixed into one, and I love all the sports so much. So bringing them into one thing that I love more than any of them is mountain biking. So it's really cool. Everything pushes other sports, and when people start double flipping bicycles, you know, Pastrana wants to double flip a moto, and you know, all these other things.
That's awesome. Well, hey, I'm gonna be there with you, riding that ride. So
thanks, man.
I wish you the best.
I appreciate it.
You're gonna hit it. It's gonna be awesome.
I feel good. Feel good.
That's right.
Really cool insight to hear you two rap about this incredible moment. And there you see the fans have officially invaded the mountain to witness history. A lot at stake, not just a world record on the line, family a huge factor. We'll meet with Cam's fiance when we return. They call it a winter paradise, but Mammoth clearly a summer playground as well. A true vacation destination. Dozens of activities here, 12 months a year, from mountain biking to wake skating. But tonight, it's all about history making, as it's the Mammoth Flip with Cam Zink, presented by Monster Energy. And it's got that festival vibe in full effect. And we want to hear from you fans out there. If you're following us on Twitter, Instagram, and .com, of course, xgames.com, we want that hashtag Mammoth Flip. Let's spread the word. And Kevin, I always like to say, if, you know, well, you want to know where someone's from, where they're going, you got to know where they came from. And there you see Cam Zink, and he's about to make incredible history. But let's take a stroll down memory lane. There you see with the brother, and that's got to be familiar territory out on the bikes.
Oh, absolutely. Right there at Cub Scout, you know, go for your merit badges on the jet ski with his mom. You know, that's what, you know, one of the things I love about Cam, just very family-oriented. That family-oriented can, you know, not only build you as a person, but it gives you that strength as a competitor.
So that is Cam Zink, and there you see his fiance and his young daughter, and it's much more than, it's a full-fledged family effort, really. So let's head down to Alyssa, who's joined by Cam's fiance.
Yeah, Brando, you know, so often it can be just as stressful to stand on the sidelines, and we watch an event like this, and we often think, what is the athlete's significant other? What are his parents thinking? Well, we can ask his beautiful fiance, Amanda. What has this night been like for you? How are you feeling?
Oh, how do you feel? You know, it's hard. It's always hard, but I just trust in him, and I pray that the wind dies down and he's able to do this. So Ayla's pretty excited, and yeah, we're ready. We're ready for this to get started and be over with.
So you mentioned Ayla here, your 10-month-old daughter. How has life changed, and how has Cam changed since becoming a father?
Cam changed the day we found out we were pregnant. He just became just the sweetest person. I mean, he was always a sweetheart, but yeah, he's just become such a family man, and just he's so good to us. So we're just very thankful.
Well, Amanda, it's hard to imagine what you're going through, but thank you for sharing a bit of the emotion of your night. And guys, I'm going to give the microphone to Ayla here and send it back up to the booth.
You'll hold it? Say hi. Say hi. Hi. Say good luck, Daddy. I love you. Good luck, Daddy.
That is too cute. All right, well, thanks so much, Alyssa, for that report. We'll be heading down there in just a little bit as well. But, Kevin, you're a family man. You've got a lovely wife, 3 children. You're the perfect guy to talk to about this, understanding the pressure that's put on the family while you're out there competing.
You know, they always say behind every man is a great woman. Well, behind every action sport athlete is a great, fantastic, wonderful woman. You know, it's hard to balance that, because as an athlete, you have to be kind of selfish, and your wife has to be very independent to go along with that ride. You know, not only that, to balance that time between your kids and your wife, you know, and the time that you have to put into your career. You know, because that career is what supports that family.
Let me ask you this, the birth of your first child, did that change your mental approach at all at how you came into contests, events like this, just your career in general?
You know, a lot of people always have that question, once you have kids, are you going to slow down? Are you going to stop riding? You know, and that's not the case. It's in our DNA. It's who you are. It's part of your personality. You know, you definitely have a new motivation for your child to be successful for them. You want them to learn from your experiences.
And how about just your family as an inspiration, really needing them in a time like this?
Oh, absolutely. That family bond and that family support is half the reason, more than half the reason for so much of everybody's success.
We are just moments away from Cam Zink dropping in on that 900-foot drop in, hitting up to maybe 50 miles an hour and trying to pull off the impossible, and in the process, get in the history books.
Exactly. You know, it's all come down to this moment, all the preparation and everything. This is the time.
Well, we've learned a lot about Cam as a mountain biker, but when we come back, we'll learn about him on a different level. Don't miss it.
I am a daddy of this beautiful little girl right here. Her name is Ayla. People ask me, what are you going to do now that you're a dad? Like, what does it make you not want to ride? I'm like, yeah, right. It makes me want to ride that much harder and that much better and put more time into making her proud.
Cameron Zink is used to doing things most people would never dare. But tonight, he attempts something no one has ever done. A backflip, soaring 100 feet through the air at 45 miles per hour.
I really just wanted to do it right and do it gravity fed, no toe in, no ramp, just dirt to dirt, make a mark, you know. When you come to the jump, you're not freaking out over anything, just going with the motions. Stare at the sky for a little bit and know how fast to go, and then that's about all you can think about. Got one jump on that, and it was like flying.
With Guinness on hand, he will attempt to shatter the world record.
My name is Cameron Zink. I ride mountain bikes.
Welcome back to the world of X Games, coming to you from Mammoth Mountain. This is the Mammoth Flip with Cam Zink, presented by Monster Energy. And Kevin, the stage has been set as Cam Zink looks to put his name in the history books. Hard to believe we are just moments away from this amazing event.
This is going to be unbelievable. You know, all the time, all the preparation, everything comes down to this moment.
Kevin, you're a 10-time X Games medalist. You've broken world records. What can fans expect out of this event here tonight?
They can expect Cam to break the world record, to set the record, to raise that bar in the sport of mountain bike.
Well, Cam's no stranger to going big. Of course, he's actually trying to break his unofficial record that he actually set last year at Red Bull Rampage, as you see, with this 78-foot backflip, but this course custom-made, Kevin, for him to go the distance.
Exactly, 910-foot run-in, a length of roughly 3 football fields. He'll want to hit speeds right at perfect 50 miles an hour, traveling 80 feet to get to at least the landing, but Cam wants to hit that 100-foot mark to set the record.
So let's take a look at practice this morning. This was 9:30 a.m. this morning, Kevin, and he's really just speed checking, not trying to do the backflip, but really just gauging where he's at on his bike.
Exactly, and just getting real comfortable with jumping, the lift, the angles of the lift, dealing with any kind of wind. You want to be ready for any adversity that comes your way.
And that's 28-year-old Cam Zink looking to make history. Of course, he's been riding professionally for over 11 years, and he's trying to break that unofficial record of 78 feet. And he's not just trying to go 79 or 80. He's trying to go 100 feet, which is no small feat.
Oh, yeah, he wants to bury that old record. He wants to set the bar, raise the bar, and make it pretty tough for somebody else to come along and break it.
Well, pro mountain biker may be his occupation, but that hardly defines who Cam Zink really is. Let's learn more about Cam.
I've been riding mountain bikes since I was 9 years old and started racing that year. It's just kind of latched onto it and realized it's what I really like to do. First time I rode at Mammoth, I believe, was when I was 11. Showing up at Mammoth that first time solidified me. I was hooked. When I was about 13 or 14, a slalom track here was like the best thing ever, and it happened to be on the hill right behind us, right where we're building this big jump. And at that time, the finish line jump was probably about 35 feet or something, and I was just a little guy. One of my favorite photos still to this day was me just doing a kick out on that jump with the Mammoth sign in the background. What inspires me about mountain biking, it just keeps evolving. What always made me the most pumped on mountain bikes over BMX or anything else was you could do anything on it, You can ride your dirt jumps, your skate park if you wanted. You want to do the BMX stuff, and then you can do slopestyle courses. You can race slalom, you can race downhill, you can do a big mountain, and I just think you can go a lot bigger on them, but you can also do all the same tricks. I like the idea of Rampage being you build your own course and you build your own line. Last year there was the biggest drop ever. It was like a 40 by 50 or so, maybe 50 out, 40 down, perfect drop. And I had him put a lip up there and flipped it. So it's the biggest step down flip ever for sure. Today we are trying to break some more records. We're, just trying to flip 100 feet. Hi, Munchkin Pants. Now that's a jump, dude. People ask me, what are you going to do now that you're a dad? Like, what does it make you not want to ride? I'm like, yeah, right. It makes me want to ride that much harder and that much better and put more time into making her proud and keeping it as, like, a jump like this, doing it as safe as possible. We got the baby for moral support. She'll be here able to see Daddy break another record. Ayla, do you like it?
Yeah.
She likes it. She approves. And Guinness will be her. The world's longest bicycle backflip. And she's the world's cutest bigot.
So there you see Cam Zink and, of course, his family standing by. Alyssa caught up with his fiance earlier. You know it's nerves, but at the same time, it's excitement because of the expectations here and getting that world record.
Absolutely. It all comes down to this moment. As nerve-wracking as it is for his wife, she's excited just as well for him to accomplish this too.
And he talked a lot in that feature about all of the elements involved, and we've talked about it. In practice, we've seen him hit a lot of different speeds, as low as 45 and as high as 50, 51. What is that perfect sweet spot for him to fulfill this flawlessly?
He's looking to hit 50 miles an hour. That's what he kind of said over and over, is hitting that 50-mile-an-hour mark would set him in the perfect spot that he wants to be. It comes down to wind. If there's a headwind, if there's a tailwind, it comes down to tire pressure. If he runs a little more, runs a little less. There's so many factors that come into play.
And talk to us about this run-in. As you see, it's over 3 football fields. That's 900 feet that he's dropping into.
That's a long time to think about things. You know, you're going down 900 feet. You got a lot of time to think and prepare. You know, you'll see him, he'll pedal in as he goes in. You see him get kind of stable on his bike. He'll stop pedaling. He'll focus on the takeoff, and he'll make it happen.
And Kevin, again, it should also be noted that we actually have not yet seen him do the backflip onto dirt. He's done it into the airbag, but everything he's done so far this week in practice has really just been straight airs.
Yeah, you know, it's been straight airs over and over, but you know, that's the most important thing, just to get comfortable with the takeoff, comfortable with the jump, and comfortable with the surroundings.
Well, for a report on the course, let's head down to the third member of our team, Alyssa Ronick.
Yeah, Brando, I don't know from your vantage point up there, I know you can see the course down here, but I hope you can feel the energy. The fans down here are absolutely out of their minds waiting for Cam's jump, and I talked to Cam right before he went up to take this speed check, and he is feeling so confident. As you know, they call him the most confident man in mountain biking, and he certainly feels confident. He said his last speed check went as perfectly as anything has gone, and he is ready for this jump tonight. Guys?
Is there a better nickname than the most confident man on a mountain bike?
I love it. I love it. You know, and he's proud of it. I love that he wears it. It's good.
Well, we've talked so much about the jump, the bike. Cam is here. Let's learn a little bit more about Cam Zink. As we said, 28 years old, from Reno, Nevada. He's got his family out here, but a lot of accolades.
Oh, absolutely. As I said, you know, 2010 Free Mountain Bike World Tour champion, and he's been riding off that success since. You know, that's what brought him here to conquer this record.
Yeah, that record, of course, trying to make the longest dirt-to-dirt mountain bike backflip, which we will see in just moments from now. And, of course, you can connect with Cam on all of the social channels. So there you see Cam Zink, and nerves have to be insane right now, Kevin.
Oh, absolutely. You know, he looks calm on the surface, but he's kind of like a duck on the pond. Underneath, those little feet are flapping a mile a minute.
I know he's
So there you see his family waiting in the wings, and a speed check coming up right in just a little bit. Welcome to the Mammoth Flip with Cam Zink, presented by Monster Energy. Brandon Graham and BMX legend, 10-time X Games medalist Kevin Robinson, and Cam Zink is on the course for a speed check, Kevin.
Right here, just wants to dial in his speed, wants to make sure he's right at that 50-mile-an-hour mark. You'll see him sit down, he looks really comfortable with this. We have watched him practice. I'm so excited to see this happen.
And again, if you're just joining us, he will be attempting the backflip momentarily. Just wanted to get a speed check there. And it looked like he got up to, what, 46, 47 miles an hour there?
Yes, exactly. 47, you know, and he said his perfect speed is 50 miles an hour.
So let's head down to the third member of our team, Alyssa Ronick.
All right, Cam, what did you figure out in that speed check? How are you feeling right now?
The wind makes this jump like 2 different jumps. So like yesterday morning, I was tucking and sprinting to get to 49 mile an hour because there was no wind or more of a headwind. And then this evening, it was like riding a whole nother jump because I'm like barely pedaling out of the gate and staying open and trying to stay below 48 because one time I went 120 feet and I think I was only going 49 mile an hour because 49 at the base, but then the wind carrying you in the lip. So yeah, that was perfect. I wanted 47, 48 on the board, the CHP board, and then the guns, what were really based off, that's at 49, so perfect.
All right, well, perfect. We'll take that, and we'll send it back to the booth. Well, you enjoy your last moment down here with this crowd.
The crowds have officially invaded Mammoth Mountain to witness history. Over 100 feet is what Cam Zink is after. And we are now privileged to be joined in the booth by John Brinkus. And John, we've talked so much about Cam Zink. We've talked so much about the jump. Curious what you guys are analyzing.
Yeah, well, we looked at every aspect of this jump, and really everything from the mountain to even Cam's bike. So here's our sports science breakdown. He'll be using the same bike he normally rides for free ride competitions, with one key difference. His tires are usually inflated to a pressure of 25 pounds per square inch. But for the jump, they'll be pumped up to double that, which makes the sidewalls stiffer and more stable. This reduces the chance of the tires folding over and experiencing a blowout on either takeoff or landing. Now, the kicker is constructed of 30 pine logs bound together with cable and chain into a stable pyramid shape 15 feet tall. 50 cubic yards, or approximately 100,000 pounds of dirt, has been hard-packed 2 to 3 feet over the logs, creating a fast and consistent riding surface. The landing area is even more massive, made of nearly 4.5 times more logs and dirt, and it begins 80 feet away from the kicker. This means failure to fly farther than the current world record of 78 feet is not an option.
Now, that 32-degree angle on the kicker was only determined after extensive testing. And according to the kicker's creator, Gary Taylor, what he said was that a 2-degree variance, either higher or lower, could decrease the distance of his flight by as much as 10 feet.
Wow. Awesome. That's incredible. It's incredible. You know, we've talked about the PSI, we've talked about speed, the ramps. What about the bike? You know, talking about the bike, like the suspension, is it the normal suspension he would run on his regular bike? How does it compare here?
Now, he actually has the suspension ratcheted up as tight as he possibly can be, because when he hits that kicker, he doesn't want it to compress, and at the same time, he doesn't want it to spring back. Now, but not only is that suspension important, but the timing of the actual pop. That is really the key. 0.05 of a second is really his margin of error of whether or not he's going to make it or not.
Amazing how many factors go into this. It's so much more than just a guy and his bike. Well, we're just moments away from the actual jump, but time now for our Oakley Disruptive by Design. .3 million ski and snowboard visits annually. Mammoth Mountain is the third most frequented ski resort in the entire United States. And this winter wonderland has turned into a full-blown summer festival out here for the Mammoth Flip with Cam Zink, presented by Monster Energy. We've got music out here, the Bad Sons performing a little earlier. We've got the fans in droves, everything for everybody, and even some VIPs in the house, I do believe, including some Olympic royalty, of course, X Games royalty. There you see Sage Kotzenberg and Kelly Clark. Some superstars out there in the crowd to watch Cameron Zink attempt at history. Kelly Clark, of course, 7-time gold medalist at X Games Aspen. But there you see, Kevin, Cam Zink up at the top. Let's take some clips from practice. Let's take a look at his point of view from practice a little earlier.
And right here, he's approaching that takeoff, and you just gotta time it perfect.
And again, that's into the airbag. He's yet to actually land the backflip onto dirt. So when we see it here live momentarily, that'll be the first time he does that on dirt. But a lot of elements into play here, Kevin, including the wind.
Absolutely. You know, you heard Cam comment a lot yesterday with some big wind going on. Today it's calmed down. It's a good setting, but it changes the speed. So, he has to make those adjustments, take a little pressure out of his tires, and, he'll make it happen.
Well, there's been a lot of social commentary throughout this event. This thing feels like it's been months in the making, and usually that's what it takes when you're trying to make some history. But there you see some messaging on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. This really is a moment for Cam Zink that will be unforgettable, and really unforgettable for all of us to see him do what no one has done before.
Oh, absolutely. All the time and preparation, the sleepless nights, just constantly just swirling in his brain, all coming down to this moment right here.
Well, when we return, the moment we've all been waiting for, the man, the backflip, and the history making. It all happens right after this. Welcome back to the Mammoth Flip with Cam Zink, presented by Monster Energy. And we've been talking about the moment all day, and it's finally here, Kevin, as Cam Zink attempts the longest dirt-to-dirt mountain bike backflip. So many factors Cam has to keep track of, especially his own form. Kevin, help us break it down.
Yeah, absolutely. Coming up to that approach, it all comes down to the flip. Right here, you see him sit back, almost sitting back on the back tire, that initial pop, and you watch his head cock back, stick his chin up in the air, and look. If you stop looking, you stop rotating. You see he's in a neutral position while he's in the flip, and if he's going too slow, he can open up. If he's over-rotating, he can slow it down just a bit. Spotting around, looking for that landing to land perfectly and accomplish this feat.
And Kevin, it would be great if the elements weren't a factor whatsoever, as you see him practicing into the airbag, yet to do it on dirt. The first time he does it on dirt will be right now, but there you see the wind speed. How critical is the wind in all of this, Kevin?
You know, fortunately, the wind's looking pretty calm. The wind suck is down, so this is probably the perfect time for him to do this.
Well, Kevin, it all comes down to this. A career-defining moment as Cam Zink looks to etch his name in the history books. His stage is set.
Got it. Hammer.
And here we go, Kevin. I think he's ready.
This is it. Time has come. The gate is open. You see him get a few cranks in. He starts pedaling, and once he stops, that's his comfort zone.
Keep an eye on his bike speed. Incredible! He has done it! The record has been set! Cam Zink has done the impossible!
Get out of here! Get out of here! Get out of here! Get out of here! Get out of here!
Unbelievable. We just saw Cam Zink crush his own record, landed perfect. The flip was perfect, the rotation was right on the money. He spotted the landing. Unbelievable.
Everything was textbook there as Guinness figures out the footage. We do know he did break the record. Let's head down to Alyssa, who's with the new record holder.
Cam, the newest world record holder, how does that sound? You have visualized this so many times. How does the reality compare in this moment?
It's like a dream. I mean, just popped off, and I was like, holy moly, I forgot how long I'm be in the air. Like, I still felt comfortable, but I'm like, man, I'm just staring at the sky forever. But I was like, remember, it's a long flight, and then came around, and it was just it's probably the smoothest landing I've had at all the straight airs or anything. And it's crazy. Like, I was almost went into like a weird state of mind where it was just like, whatever. And then now I'm like, that's what this whole last like 6 months has been about, you know. So it's seeing my sweetheart crying, you know, and like almost brings a tear to my eye. But man, it's I'm sure I'll realize it in a minute, as everyone always says. But it was it's kind of in the zone, I guess.
Right. So as you said, it's been a long process. Is this the end of a very long years of thinking, months of preparation, or is this just the beginning? What is next for you?
It's just the beginning, you know. I mean, it's the first of, it's kind of the end of this first goal, you know. But it's, I mean, years and years of this coming to fruition, and all the sponsors and everyone that backed me. I can't thank everyone enough. You know, all my sponsors are so good to me and letting me live the dream and build me a mega jump so I can do backflips on. And I think it's just the beginning. As in, I'll do one day maybe 150, 200, who knows.
Amanda, I know this was not easy for you. What do you think about what Cam just accomplished?
He did it!
It's tough to talk through the tears. Well, Cam, I know the 78-footer was not official. Let's go ahead and make this official. Let's bring in Alex Angert from Guinness World Records. And Alex, what do you have for Cam?
All right, Cam, tonight you attempted the Guinness World Records record for the longest dirt-to-dirt backflip on a mountain bike. We have gone out there and verified the final distance. And with a mark of 100 feet and 3 inches, you set a new Guinness World Records record. Cam, welcome to the Guinness World Records family. You are officially amazing.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Officially amazing, guys. I think that sums up this entire night. Cam, congratulations. What an accomplishment.
I mean, that's going to be the best plaque I've ever had on my wall, that's for sure. And I mean, I guess we got the other one early unofficially. We figured it was the longest dirt-to-dirt record for a straight air, and ended up going 120. So I got 2 plaques for the wall, and I mean, I guess all in all, it is the longest bicycle backflip period. So that's the
absolutely. Well, congrats, Cam. Let's get it back up to you guys up in the booth.
Kevin, triple digits, just over 100 feet. He did it.
He did it. He set his mark. He accomplished what he came out here to do. It was so amazing. I still have goosebumps just taking that ride with him.
And when the pressure was mounting, Cam Zink performed, and he did it flawlessly.
Absolutely perfect. Couldn't have asked for it to go any better. Spotted his landing, landed so smooth.
And we had been waiting to see it because we had yet to see him land the backflip on dirt. Everything else had been on an airbag. And there you see, I think it's time to celebrate. But just a perfect way to close this event out. So Cam Zink celebrating. This crowd at Mammoth couldn't have asked for a better finish.
This was so amazing. I'm so happy for him. You know, from the bike world altogether, whether it's BMX, whether it's mountain bike, whether it's freestyle motocross, we're all so proud of what he just accomplished.
Well, congratulations again to Cam Zink. A special thanks to Mammoth Mountain and all the great staff here who helped us bring this record-breaking event to you. To find out more about what the world of X Games has coming, head over to xgames.com. For Alyssa Ronick, John Brinkus, Kevin Robinson, and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Graham. Good night, and thanks so much for watching. Cam Zink, you're in the history books.